Peace, peace, y'all. Welcome to today's Mathematics with your girl Sunshine Monet L. Today is 771. 7 is a great number of introspection, going inward and learning about self. We're definitely going inward with these numbers today. So we can get into it. 7 is net talk. This is God energy. When we are in our expression of love and creation, that is when we are in our God-like self, which is why net talk or Heru, the 7 in supreme mathematics is associated with God. So create today, design what you desire today, move in love, make sure that what you design, what you create is in alignment with how you feel, your heart, put your heart in it. I know our minds are always in the things, but our minds are easily trained, conditioned, indoctrined, educated. However, our hearts do not. That's why we've been taught to get out of our feelings, and it's not that deep, and it's always should always be that deep, especially in the realms of manifesting, creating, and maintaining those things, as well as in your love and your connectivity, your bonds, your contracts, your truth, which is all Libra energy. It should always be that deep. Your heart should always be as light as a feather here. You know what I'm saying? If your heart feel a little heavier than a feather, then we're just gonna do some internal work. Says 7, right? We're gonna go inward. We're gonna do that work. So we have double 7 today. So you guys, double up on dealing with your emotions, your feelings, your heart chakra, your inner designer and creator, your interpersonal relationships, bonds, and contracts. We know Eros is over there in Libra right now, so very much aware that love is in the air for us and our intentions and our desires. And it's just like being intentional with what you desire. What comes to mind when I think about that is it was one of the twins, one of the Maori twins. I want to say it was Tia, but she was talking about how she completely wrote up, what exactly she wanted in a person, you know what I'm saying, in her person, in her Libra, in that interpersonal relationship. And her word was her bond. That's exactly what she wanted. And she, showed up to be who she needed to be. She designed the reality to accommodate, accept that love, which can't be easy being a celebrity and everybody always ridiculing you for every little thing that you do. You know what I'm saying? But she rose to the occasion, and that's how she, was in her inner God mode and designed what she desired, where it was her bond. You know what I'm saying? Same thing I think about, I forget what movie it was, but they were trying to create a baby. And so they wrote all the things that they wanted in a child, and they buried it in the dirt. They planted that energy in the dirt, and then their baby was born in the backyard. I love that movie. I forget what it's called though. And so, having that kind of realization, that's how you walk in your inner godly self. Ashe? Okay. So you got the double 7. We doubling it up. We're heavy in our inner creative energy. We love it here. And that brings us to 1 and 4. Now we have knowledge, awareness, and we're taking action on our chest with our Maya. Basically what I said, rise up to the occasion. Who do you have to be to receive what it is you said you desire? What kind of behaviors do you have to have? What kind of habits does this person have that receives this kind of lifestyle, this kind of partner, this kind of business, this kind of abundance? Like, what kind of person are you? You know what I'm saying? What kind of relationships do you have? What's your routine? Even what's their diet like? Do you work out to be this person? What is the workout routine like? Like, that's all, having that knowledge and taking action on the 4. So rise to the occasion of what it is that you want to design and enforce that shit, says 5. Don't forget to enforce it. We love to write things down and sit and meditate and, kumbaya with it. But, how well are we consistently enforcing it in our space as Heracahudi? Now, are we doing it with confidence and courageousness? Or are we coming up with plan B, C, D, and elemental P just in case it doesn't happen because we don't fully trust in our ability to embody what it is that we said we wanted? All of that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because the universe does not speak English, Spanish, Chinese, or whatever language it is that you're manifesting the things in. The universe speaks energy. So if your energy is second guessing, if your energy is like, well, in case this doesn't work, do this instead. Guess what? That's what's happening. When you're coming from a place of lack, saying, oh, I don't have enough, or, maybe when I have these things or those things, maybe I'll be able to rise to the occasion. Guess what? You're going to continue not to have these things or those things because that's where your emotions are at. You know what I'm saying? Your emotions are in what you don't have. So you're going to keep not having it, and you're going to keep attracting people who don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I speak to y'all, I speak to myself. And so yeah, we're gonna force it. We're gonna embody it. We're gonna put it in our Leo energy, being creative, romantic, and confident and courageous. We gonna act it out with our inner thespian, because we know one thing about Leo. Leo be in the dramatics. You understand me? Leo will fake it till they motherfucking make it. And that's the kind of energy you should put forth. You know, pull out them wands cards. And now that you have knowledge of that, because you've been listening to Sunshine talk for 5 minutes and 8 seconds, it's all about equality today. Today is a day of 6. What you put in, I feel like something bite me on my chest. What you put in is definitely what you're gonna get back out. Health, wellness, daily routine, more on integral code, all those different details I was speaking on, you know, what kind of person you have to be. That's all in your 6. You know what I'm saying? That's all that you have to pour into the soil for you to get back what it is that you say you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Be very intentional. Be very specific. You don't always exactly control the how or the when. You just embody yourself and be ready for when it does come. All right? Be patient. Be present. Because expanded abundance is most definitely coming. And if you would like a personal reading, your personal mathematics, astrological, astronomical report, because we have a lot of transitions. We're beginning our retrograde season, so my retrograde readings are beginning. Let a goddess know. I love what I do, and I can't wait to do it for you.